Hi, this is Kevin. I want to show you how you can use the configuration program to set up a keypad. First thing I'm going to do is plug this keypad into a USB 2.0 port. And then I pushed the configuration buttons and told it to go into configuration mode. That is buttons on the bottom row, buttons 2 and 3 at the same time. Then I launched the configuration program itself and hit connect. It automatically detects it's on COM 7. And I tell it to read the keypad. This is a kind of a demo program that I've got here to show you what you can do. So we're going to look at these keys ranging all the way across the top row. So I'm going to hit Edit Configuration, and I'm going to hit the first one right here. As you can see, this string of characters is entered A, B, C, and a space. So that's using 4 characters, and then as you can see on this right in here, I've got auto repeat set, and the default is 5 and 5. Those are delay and the repeat rate. So I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to click up here, and I'm going to actually use the backspace on the keyboard to enter that. All the characters that you see on the screen here are things that you can actually enter into the keypad. So if you've got a blank key spot or anything and you want to enter a character, you can hit backspace, and that key, that button that you're programming, will become a backspace button. You could turn on scroll lock, you could do num lock, you could do up, down, left, right, any of these buttons in here, and each one is a single keystroke sent to it. Now I'm going to use the backspace on the keyboard to back those out. Now on the keyboard you can actually type what you want to type in there. So if you want to type in that and hit space, it's going to do that. You hit auto repeat, write that back out. So now our new character in this position right here, this top one, is now CNC space. I'm going to write that back out. Got 3 beeps, disconnect, open notepad, I push the button, and there it is. CNC is repeated at the rate that we selected, 5 and 5, default speed. So if we go back into this, the keypad is now out of configuration mode. It's actually in keypad mode. That was the one long beep that we had. I unplugged it, plugged it back in, pushed the 2 bottom buttons, which would be this button and this button together, the F6 and the F7 as they are identified on this keypad, hit connect, read from keypad. So this is what was read in. Edit this configuration, CNC space. I go here, and I'm going to take that off. I'm going to go up here, back that out, and I'm going to enter the escape key. So that is the character set. So the escape key now is programmed to that. I'm going to write that configuration and hit disconnect. And now you can see that on our keypad setup right here, we have CNC space repeat, although we just replaced that. This is the pre-read buffer, so you know when you left what it was and that you changed it from, so that if you have any reservations about what you want to do, you can change it. You can see over here on this key here, the 9th key, it says M52, and below that M53. Those are macros that I programmed for CNC operation for my particular setup. And then we've got space beside that M52, and the other characters are really not displayable characters. So I'm going to go over here, and if I hit that button, I get M52, and I get no repeating. And if we go back here and look, it said M52 enter. So I get M52 and enter. I can hit the one below it, M53, and I get an enter, because that's what was programmed in there. So let's go back into configuration mode. I'm going to reconnect. I'm going to read from the keypad. Notice that it changed over here to escape. Now we've got scroll lock, caps lock, num lock, and never. And then we've got speaker enabled or disabled. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set it to caps lock. And then I'm going to go back into this button right here, the first one. I'm going to remove that escape, and I'm going to put the actual caps lock button on there. Now I'm going to turn around and write that back out. and disconnect. Caps lock, change to escape because that's what it was before. Now, if I go down here and I actually hit that first button, it actually turns the caps lock on. And if you you can't see it, but the caps lock LED on the keyboard on the laptop here actually lights up also. So it's just as if you pushed it on the keyboard itself. Matter of fact, if you push it on the keyboard, it does the exact same thing. So that's kind of a neat little feature that you got there. So I put it back in config mode, hit it, read it, edit, go to caps lock, take that back out. I highlight into the window, backspace over it, and then I hit the escape key. And you can hit the escape key on the keyboard, but you see what it does is it tries to abandon the changes. So you actually have to use the functionality keys on the keyboard. Now, if instead of that key, we wanted a control and A. So I just hit A on the keyboard. Oh, you got to highlight the window. Control A. And so what I would do right there is I would send a control plus an A, and that's only one character usage, even though it's two keys on the keyboard. It's still only one character. So you could actually, you know, do that as many times as you wanted to the system. But right now I'm pressing Control A on the keyboard and it does not work. You have to use the characters here. And then refocus back on there, and then you're back into it. So if you push something down here, it takes the focus away from the keyboard. So, and I'll turn the Alt back off, go back up here, backspace over those two, put my escape back in there, hit OK down here at the bottom, write the configuration back out. It beeps 3 times saying it was written, and disconnect. And now I am back in business. If I hit the escape button, which is the first button that was up here, we changed from cap locks to escape, it doesn't do anything. But I'm back up there. So that is a brief overview of how you can use the config program to do different things here. The next little video I'll show you how we go in and create and use templates in the system. That way you can duplicate them. Thank you.